All right, cool. So today we're going to be talking about one of the most overlooked concepts within trading. Okay, I'm going to cut straight to the point. What is that? Well, it's actually just simple preparation. Okay, I'm going to show you my exact process in which I prepare. I do it in the form of a daily report card. As you can see, like straight in front of you here, we have like a pre-market game plan. The headings here probably will provide you with a bit more information, but basically, I like to characterize it under three headings. Right, you have the pre-market game plan, you have the intra-session, sort of what's going on as the trade is playing out, and then you have post-session, sort of what exactly did you see, what did you miss, etc., etc. Right. But the reason why preparation is the most important is because a lot of people are literally just waking up, hopping on the charts and expecting to see something. Where, if you really think about it, if you do the preparation the night before, when you come to the markets in the morning, a lot of the time you should know what you already want to see, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm trading London, I will know the night before, like with a high degree of certainty, if I'm going to trade London tomorrow or not. Okay, so I can actually come to the chart prepared, know exactly what I want to see, be up at the correct times. So you can see from these screenshots, right? This is 6:30, so I'm operating on UK time. So 7 a.m. is the start of um, the London kill zone. Yeah. So giving yourself ample amount of time to wake up to figure out what's actually going on, right? And the funny thing is, right, is that like preparation is so simple and basic. Like you'd think most people think, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna prepare or I'm gonna know what I'm doing in the morning. But most people, even if you don't do it right, go inside the comments and write I don't prepare, or I do prepare. Like I actually want to know how many people do, but I already know most people don't. Okay, so if you're really looking to treat trading as this sort of six-figure business or something that's gonna change your life, then you need to treat it as such. Yeah. So let me just take you through how I've done it, right? And again, you'll see this isn't like a crazy amount of work here. Like this doesn't take long to do, okay? So the night before, which I haven't got screenshots for, I've already seen the chart and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm probably going to be looking in London to navigate a trade, okay? So first of all, I'll do a heading pre-market game plan, yeah? Which will either be night before, right, but the screenshots will be from night before, or they'll be um, on the day, okay? And also, for example, if I'm trading New York, like I won't know if I'm going to trade New York the day before, yeah? So that will probably be after London. I'll know, okay, cool, New York is potentially going to form. So depending on which session you're trading, obviously it depends on if you're going to know night before, etc., etc., yeah? So for this one, we had three screenshots here. Try and keep myself out as much as possible. I'm going to show you this on the chart as well, so don't worry if it doesn't make sense here. But basically, we're acting off a weekly level, daily inversion. I wanted to see price go higher. Okay, this on the 4 hour, I've mentioned this FEG. I've got my alert on there. When I see this FEG get tapped and price run higher, and then I've also just shown on the 15-minute what the sessions look like. So we know we have Asia low, and I already know, along with like my daily cycles, that for me to trade in London, right, I have two cycles. One, Asia can make the low, but in this specific example, Asia doesn't fit that criteria. So I already know, okay, cool. For me to trade, I need to see a sweep of Asia. And I've written here, nice daily closure yesterday. We swept out two daily lows, referring to these, and closed very bullish. Also, Wednesday's current high of the week, so I want to see that taken out. That's just based on a classic buy week. And then looking for London protraction cycle, also look out for SMT with EU, which we didn't actually get, but that's cool. So this is just intra-session. So I didn't do that great of a job of sort of updating intra-session. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. With this one, I knew what I wanted to see, and I just didn't post it out. So here, simply put, like we've ran from this FEG. I'd written something in my premium outlook, but I hadn't copied it over to here. But basically, I just mentioned like, oh, we're running as according to plan, and then a post session, right? So this is just after London session. H4 BISI respected perfectly. That should say market maker buy model. Asia low taken, and we flew to target. Yeah, London protraction cycle. Market structure shift plus FEG. okay? And then also I update on the pair that I'm actually going to trade euro, okay? And so I wanted to see this daily run for these 3 lows, right? 1, 2, 3. H4 BSC. We did make a new low in Asia, meaning Wednesday was a low week, but DXY still stood, so I wasn't bothered. Asia high taken out. And this was the trade, right, that I actually tried to take on euro. So funnily enough, on DXY, we had the market structure shift, we had the FEG, and it does get tapped, yeah? However, on this euro trade, unfortunately, we don't, okay? And then beneath this, I've then gone on to sort of analyze, okay, cool, what could I have done better? What could I have, what other opportunities were available? Could I have just entered after the market structure shift? Like, I'm factoring all these things, right? And I basically came to the conclusion that what I decided to do was completely fine. The trade was cool. I missed out on it, and that's completely fine. Okay, so like for example here, my entry model is market structure shift plus FEG. Okay, and we didn't get that, so that's completely fine. So I'm actually just going to break down the trade from a top-down perspective on DXY, just so it's a little bit more clearer. And so if you did have any questions surrounding like why did you do this, why did you do that, it should be clear here. Okay, so we were in a bullish structure, right, and we're respecting bullish arrays. Weekly was pushing away. On the daily, okay, we wanted to see how are we respecting this. So if we go back to the weekly, right, we couldn't see this candle yet, so I didn't know it was going to be closing that bullish, right? So I just want to see what were we going to do inside of this level. And I can't remember if I posted this to the Telegram or not. I'll leave a link to that, but I basically mentioned to the Premium Outlook at least that this daily IFEG, oh no, I mentioned in my Outlook that likely will form an FEG here after Monday, and that will help us determine exactly what price should do next. And so as you can clearly see, we fumbled around it for a while, then we eventually come lower, tap back into the gap, and then go higher. So my bias, right, for this specific day going into Friday was this high, okay? As you can see as well, bullish structure forms CSD, and any run beneath an old low acted as a turtle soup, meaning we have clear indications of bullishness, okay? So we'll just play one more candle. We have the 4-hour FEG form, which is cool. And then from that level, again, I wanted to see a London protraction. Okay, we tap through, and like we said on DXY, so this this initial FEG form, that isn't something I'll enter in. I'll wait for a response from that, get that proper market structure shift, and then this was the entry that I wanted. Yeah. Now you could have made the argument. You could have said, well, why didn't you execute on EU as we were tapping this FEG, which is something I wrote in my documentation. However, it's not. I don't want to be chasing the trade. Like at the end of the day, you would have actually had that much time to react to it. Like we literally came in, wicked out, and I already had my limit here. So for me to have done that, I would have to delete the limit, enter on the position and whatnot, adjust for a new stop, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, at the end of the day, it didn't tap me, and you can't really do much about that. But what I'm happy is the idea was good. And the point of this whole video is like I framed my idea earlier or prior to the session, knowing exactly what I want to see at what time, during which session. And then once all that's framed, I know exactly what to do. Like I know which way I'm trading. I know which way I'm looking to trade. I'm not going to randomly just flip bias now. Like let's say, I don't know, it starts flying and you're like, oh, I'm going to look for buys now. Like I knew exactly which direction I'm looking to trade, what I want to see at what time, above what area. This is the level of detail you want, right? When you know that sort of your setup is coming into fruition and looking to play, okay? So you want to know, again, from what level you're going to push from what, or you might not even know the specific level, but like from where do you want to see your setup actually form, okay? So yeah, a bit of a short one here. I think it's a short one, but hopefully you guys understand the importance of preparation, and potentially you can use my document, sort of those 3 headings, to help you and maybe just guide you to see how maybe you want to prepare, right? Also, I do a weekly preparation, so I do like an outlook. I post that as well to Telegram, so I'll put a link in the description for that. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys have any questions, as per usual, then feel free to ask.